me here.
Oh my God, no, don't even hit me with the it's honor. I am very happy that you are here. Thank you for giving me your time. Seriously.
Of course, of course. I woke up at the what I like to call the ass crack of dawn for me in order to come here because because it was worth it.
Wait,
It was
wait,
absolutely
wait.
worth
What time is it for you?
it. Right now it's 8, but it was 7 when I woke up. So
Oh shoot. Okay, all right. Well, I've been up since 7 CST, so I guess I kind of feel that one.
you're a
Seriously,
normal
chat,
human being.
in front of my collaborator, chat.
They're not
Wow.
gonna stop. They're not gonna stop.
I warned you. I warned you this was gonna happen. By the way, I warned Salvi what you guys were gonna do to me today.
I love wild
I
chat,
can't
so it's fun.
believe
It's
it.
fun. It's fun.
I can't believe it. Okay, I want to see how this thing works. So, chat, I have a question. On my little thing, can you see that I'm streaming with Salvi? Like, is that like a thing for y'all? Because we tried something new today, and I've never used it before. But it looks like it worked correctly. Yeah, does it like show us both streaming? Oh my God. Are you serious?
There we go.
Are you serious? I hate it here. I hate it here. I just woke up. This is how they treat me. Well, Salvi, welcome to the VTuber review with all the VTubers and all the views and a lot of news to talk about. But first, do you want to introduce yourself? Maybe tell chat a little bit about who you are.
Salvi run.
I am, of course, Salvi the Blue Squirrel right now. I am. I see all of you redeeming the daily milks and everything. Love it. I'm just your neighborhood VTuber who does pretty much the same thing el-ara does. I do some news. I do some, what I try to do, I used to do like 3 hours worth of news, but now I've cut that down to 1 hour of news, 1 hour of chat, and 1 hour of just game streaming. Because news can get quite overwhelming for a lot of people. So I try to balance it out a bit. But yeah, I'm just your regular VTuber squirrel. Started out because I saw, it was an untapped market, the squirrel market, so I decided to get my nuts and get over here.
At least my mouth was closed. Yeah, it's very interesting with VTuber news, right? Like, Salvi and I have been talking for quite a long time, kind of behind the scenes. Just, sharing our stuff about VTuber news and kind of talking about it. It's a very interesting market overall. el-ara, please do not let him trick you into eating Arby's like you did with Sprixer. That was not my fault. That was not my fault. Sprixer was the one that chose to do that.
I'm learning lore every single day. I'm learning more lore every single day.
Okay, how about you, Salvi? I don't know if you know this. I absolutely despise Arby's. I think Arby's is the grossest place ever created in the history of ever. It is so disgusting. It is the worst fast food. Why the fuck would you actually want to eat at Arby's? Anytime, shape, or form. You literally get free food poisoning by eating there. Yeah, chat convinced my last guest to eat Arby's somehow. I don't know how. And she was dying.
Oh, yeah, no, when I was a kid, I tried Arby's, and I never liked it. I don't know. It was just something about it. They're showing me this skibbity lore looks like.
No, I don't want your skibbity lore. Get your own skibbity lore. Oh my God. What do you mean don't lie? I warned her. I said don't go. And she went anyway. I don't know why she did that. She was wild for it. But look, we do not like Arby's around here, so don't even mention Arby's in my presence. I'm glad at least this collaborator has taste. Right, chat?
Base taste, yes, of course.
Of course. Yes, Wendy's is so much better in every single way. Well, guys, welcome. It is, oh my God, I didn't even start the timer. Oh my God, you guys are getting free time. Wait a second. No. You don't get free time off me. Welcome to day 16 of the Subathon, Salvi. They've been killing me out here. I have almost 41 hours still on my timer.
I have a feeling that's not going to drop. It's only going to grow.
Every time I think I'm going to get a below 30, they always do something. They always pop off. I cannot get the timer below 30.
They're giving you a message. They're giving you
Johnny
one
the
of those
Ghost asked
the
me,
messages you should never go
before
below
we
30.
get
They like
into the
hags, I
new
guess.
roast Elara here
I,
at
I
Corp
I think that's the
Bolivian.
case here.
Ah,
Why are you
Elara.
roasting me?
You know they say shooting for the stars is
Okay,
admirable,
all right.
but I
Shooting
didn't
for the
know
stars
it
is
meant
admirable.
missing the mark every time. It's like they're trying to
Are
build an
are we
empire
really
with a
doing
deck
this,
of
chat? In
cards.
front of my chicken
But instead of
nuggies
laying down the
and my
foundation,
guest
they're just
Salvi.
playing
You're really
solitaire.
doing this to me.
And that's Subathon.
What better
It's like
time, right?
watching paint dry. If paint had
What?
the attention span of a goldfish.
Like Subathon is more
I'm
entertaining
joking.
than watching paint dry. Fuck you, chat. Damn it. Oh my god, Chad, I barely had any of my gamer subs, and this is how you're treating me? I can't believe it.
Wanted
debuted my
extra
stuff.
flavor to that.
I debuted my scuff model yesterday. Did I show it to you? It's very, very cursed.
I don't think you did.
Okay, hold on. PP Slayer was the one that made it. Let me find it really quick. Oh, here it is, right here.
Oh, that's cute. That is very cute.
It's so cursed, but I love it. Okay,
I've seen those
actually
recently.
did cook.
Absolutely. Like even the legs jiggle. That's nice. I've seen those a lot. I've seen those.
I was just
Holy
waiting.
moly! Holy crap.
Oh my god.
She definitely cooks.
Scrunkly. I was just waiting. The bounce is way too powerful on this model. It's kind of nuts. But honestly, PP Slayer, absolutely cooked. I was so happy to work with her. She is absolutely fantastic. Wow, I can't even talk about what we're going to talk about today. Chat, we're going to be talking about a bit of VTuber news today and a bit of IRL news. We have a lot to talk about with a ton of debuts that happened this past weekend in OA. First stage production. So many people. We're also going to be talking about the Corp financial report. I promised you guys on Friday we would take a look at it. With Salvi, lots of hololive news. As always, Vshojo, a little bit of updates over there as well. I don't know if you saw Matara's art contest. Did you hear all about that, Salvi?
Yeah, I did. It's really amazing that she's doing something like that for the community.
Yeah, I'm really excited. However, of course, people were not very happy about certain aspects of it. So we're gonna talk about it. I'm not super familiar with like the pricing of art, but a lot of people are kind of like, yeah, that's the pricing. I guess wasn't enough, and there wasn't enough time to complete the commission. So we're gonna talk about it. Oh yes. So guys, all of Salvi's stuff, if you type !! guest, or if you actually look in the title, you can click on his name and follow him.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, guys, Salvi actually covers a lot of VTuber news, just like I do, except I would say Salvi's kind of like, I don't know, Salvi, you cover everything. You cover indie, you cover corporate, like, but would you say that you have like a focus or anything, or you're kind of all over the place, right?
I try to balance all of it because I originally, of course, because of the whole Solen thing, I started a lot with Nidhi Sanji, but I've been moving more to other corporate ones, whether it be Vshojo or other things out there. Whatever is out there and, big enough to kind of cover. Now I'm even moving to kind of like what you do, even smaller things when it comes to a birthday or, a special event that's happening, things like that, because now that I have a bit more reach, I can actually, help some people. And I also do like VTuber showcases at the end of every single one of my videos, just to kind of, push some positivity into the whole thing after, all the stuff that sometimes, the news can be pretty negative, trying to use whatever little bit of views that I do get to, push someone that's maybe like a 20 follower VTuber who's just started, or someone who's maybe been struggling a little bit, try to get them at least some more eyes on their channel to see if we can make this community a better place.
I love your little highlights at the end of your videos. It's great. Yeah, seriously, Sean. Salvi is always on my timeline because he literally uploads every fucking day. How do you do that?
Oh,
like,
you gotta
oh
give him
my
this
God.
hot
It's not
tour.
easy.
You don't
Every
get
single
time.
day.
You get me?
I've been doing like I don't like tune my own horn, but
this is
yeah,
so
now that you mentioned it,
funny.
I've been doing my community, my fans are like, you should take a rest, because it's been like since March that I've been doing 14 videos a week and 10 streams a week. So it's like it's a lot of stuff. I'm on that grind, yeah, on the Sigma grind.
Yeah, Salvi is literally on the grind. I thought I was grinding that Salvi is literally at it, Chad. Every single day, he's releasing stuff. So, guys, if you want kind of that like curated news show that's got just a little bit of what's going on for VTubing today, you should certainly check out Salvi's channel. You know, every once in a while, I'll even kind of catch up through Salvi because I'm just like, I mean, I can't see everything that's going on. Salvi catches me up too. So, you and Lydia, I definitely appreciate you guys on your
Thank you
your
for that.
coverage.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm tripping out. I think I had too
Tripping
many
out.
mushrooms last night.
I'm seeing things. I'm seeing colors right now.
You know, there was some mushrooms in the forest, and you know, as a deer, I just felt like I should partake in them. I was very hungry. I can't help it. Okay, Chad, I can't help it.
It's the influence of chat. It's the influence of chat. It's what's happening.
Yeah, it is.
They're getting
Although you
into
should sing the new Brain Rot song. I'm not singing Brain Rot to Salvi. Salvi knows plenty about the Bebo Brain Rot. I'm sure that he covered it himself at some point. Oh my god. I don't know what it is, but my community loves Bebo. And they love talking about her brain rot.
Because Bebo's really into the memes. That's the thing.
Yes, she really is. I think she's my favorite, honestly. I love her so much.
Oh yeah, she's has a ton of energy. It's just I love she also her chat has this whole thing, I know you already know about it, of trying to get the D's nuts jokes continuously going. They always try to get her with one of those. I think they got her once, but beyond that they haven't. They've been trying for a long time.
Bebo is really good with the D's nuts jokes. I've even learned a few from her community as well that I use on my community. So yeah, I get exactly where you're coming from on it. Oh my god, yeah, Momski was so sweet. It was really cool to hear her sing Bebo's songs. That was really nice.
Yeah, now Mom Seki's has a lot of fans. They should really start Hollow Mom soon.
Oh my god, I need to like bring my mom on stream or something. I feel like I'm like doubling viewers the day I bring my mom on stream. There's something with VTuber moms that's just been like popping off, like even with Hollow, even with Cottontail, like her mom.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna have the same experience where they're gonna be like, Elara, move to the side. Your mom's here.
Right, exactly. Bring your mom. You know, it's kind of hard to get my mom on stream. She's a little busy. You know, I think Dad Lara would be much more fun on stream, or Bro Lara. Bro Lara would be a lot of fun.
Have a Dad Lara ASMR.
Oh my god. My dad's really funny though. Like, he's really funny. I think he could honestly do an entire stream himself, and I could just walk away. It would be wonderful. What the fuck?
Goodness gracious.
Why?
Right in my face.
Well, you know, they did say trick or treat. I guess you're gonna get a treat today.
I very much am.
Oh my god. Look, guys, as much as I love JoJo, you can't be just licking Salvi out here. I mean, does he look very lickable?
I mean, buy me dinner first, at least.
Yeah, exactly, chat. All right, look. So wait. You are lickable.
Okay.
All right, I see. All right. So by date, do you mean like, are we talking like McDonald's? Like, are we talking like, you know, Outback Steakhouse? Like, what are we talking about? What quality date are we speaking about here?
I like my first date. My best first date was just getting me some lunch.
You know, I wish I could hear you over the shitting that's happening on stream. I'm so sorry.
Hey, they're there for a reason.
This is why I turn off. This is why I turn off redeems when I start the news, because everybody just freaks out.
It's great. Though,
I didn't get to hear your answer though, so please.
No, I was gonna say
what are we talking date wise?
The perfect first date, just if you want to really wow me, is buy me some Lunchables. But if I'm gonna do first date, it's gonna be like a Chili's or something.
Okay, I'll be real. I love Chili's. I think Chili's is so good. It's so cheap too. Like, you can literally pay the same price. You're gonna go somewhere else. It's so cheap.
Oh my goodness! I think they did a real recently. They did a kind of a test. They saw recently, I think it was a meal for 3 or something like that, or like a 3-piece meal, whatever, with their burger is nearly the same as a Big Mac meal.
Yes,
like
exactly. Isn't that crazy?
It's insane.
That's what I'm telling you, Ted. I've told you this before. Like, it is so cheap to go to Chili's. I mean, yeah, you got to pay a tip, but it's going to be better. It's going to taste so much better. And it's the same price, chat.
And you get service. I mean, that's why you're paying the tip.
Yes, exactly. You get infinite refills, chat. I don't know about you. I really care about refills. I really like refills.
Yes, absolutely.
What's up, my Galaxy? Good morning. I'm so sorry, Ted. I haven't asked you guys. Good morning. How are all of you doing today? Please tell me. What did I miss last night after stream? I had so much fun with you guys. We rated anime best moments yesterday. It was so much fun.
All good. They're all good. It's my bad influence. I'm sorry, guys. This is my bad influence.
Although I gotta tell you, I don't know why. The moment between Optimus Prime and Megatron fighting each other in the old anime, that's what they voted as the best anime moment of all time. Not Goku going Super Saiyan 1. Not anything from Full Metal Alchemist. They voted for that.
There was a lot of 30-somethings there. I bet you.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with chat that day. I'm just like, all right, you know what? Whatever, chat. Whatever you say. It was more than meets you. Boo! Boo your joke! Boo him! Boo him, chat! Rundas, it was the movie, the old one. It was like, you got the touch! Do. The really cheesy 80s music. Yeah, 86. That one.
Good thing we have context before you said that phrase. So that's good.
You got the touch! Well, we don't need context for that. I'm clearly talking about the hit song in Transformers. What context is there to be had? Oh my gosh. So, Salvi, besides, of course, your news, what else do you like to do on your channel? You like to yap? You like to game a little bit? What kind of stuff do you like to play over on your channel?
I've been very lucky. I mean, seeing as though I'm small, but very lucky that I've had connections with some developers that have been giving me, because I don't have a lot to get like a bunch of games right now. Recently, a developer gave me Daylight 2, so I can check out their new patch update and things like that. So I'm just doing those types of things, kind of doing my own little reviews there, not actually official reviews, but I'm like, hey, I like this, I don't like that type of thing. So I've been trying to reach out as much as I can to see what I can get there. But right now I'm playing Dead Island 2. I've gotten addicted to it. Like, it'll get to the point where it's like, oh crap, because I usually stream about 3 hours because I have to do my nighttime video out. So I usually stream for 3 hours, and then yesterday I think we went for like 3 hours and 10 minutes before I realized that it was time to go. So yeah, I play games a bit.
That's awesome. So you're not full-time VTubing, right? Like you're kind of doing stuff outside of VTubing. If you don't mind me asking, I'm sorry if that's an invasive question.
No, it's not an invasive question. Don't let my boss know, but since I do IT, I just wait for tickets to pop up, and I'm usually VTubing at the same time that I'm doing that. So I'm usually streaming at the same time that I'm doing tickets and things.
Salvi is min-maxing, chat. I love it. I love it. Give him claps. Min-maxing. That's how you do it right there, chat. That is true VTubing right there. Oh my God, I love that so much. Hey, I mean, do what you got to do. That's perfect.
Luckily, I have something that allows me to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Especially like an IT job with the with like tickets coming in, and you can kind of like multitask it, I guess, if you're like even live, right?
Yeah, I'm usually live because like sometimes they'll be like, it won't be very busy. We'll have maybe an hour where I don't do a ticket, and like what I'll do is that while I'm having them watch videos and I'm reacting to some of it, I'm kind of writing something on a ticket while I'm watching the video.
I love that. That's so Galaxy Brain. I love that so much. That's perfect. Well, I need to learn how to do that. I mean, I've been full-time VTubing for a little over a year and a half now. So hopefully I can keep it up. We'll see what happens. But if I ever had to do that, I think I'm gonna get an IT job. That's big brain.
Oh yeah, IT help desk will definitely, if you can get a remote help desk job, perfect.
Yeah, that's the play right there. I love it. Well, if you are ready, Salvi, I'm ready to hop into some news.
Of course, yeah.
If you are in chat, everybody do me a favor. This is your last chance. Make sure that you redeem your channel points. I'm gonna give you one more minute to go ahead because after that, I'm turning them off. There will be no more channel points for the rest of stream while we cover news. Ow! Stop bonking me! I don't deserve that.
You gave them the power, and now they're doing it.
I know. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. I give them too much power sometimes. Yeah. See, look at this. What is that? What is that? Leave me alone, chat. I just want to create content.
This is peak content. It's peak chat content. There you go.
Is that what they call it?
A little bit.
Is that what they call it?
Yes.
All right, I'm turning off your channel points. Your channel points are gone. And we're helping you make. Is that what you guys call it? I don't know if I call it the same thing as y'all do. All right, let me turn this off and we will get started. First up, I didn't want to hop straight into corporate VTuber news. I like to divide my stuff. I do corporate and then I hop into indie. If that is okay with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, perfecto. And by the way, I sent you all the links and stuff, so if you need that, it is all there. Starcom, thank you for gifting a sub to Lion. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I still can't believe we have 40 and a half hours left, chat. Come on, like, I'm gonna be here forever. Goodness. So this is the first time I think in a long time where I've had nothing to report on Ninja Sanji, chat. I can't believe it.
I know, they've been staying very quiet.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, that's probably for the better, but we'll move on to hololive stuff here, chat. And first up, I want to talk about the new Iris song that just came out. That's right, Iris just released a new song, but I did want to check in here with Kana, who actually was the director of the new 3D MV Twilight. And of course, them going on to say, I want to make it very cool and spicy. I did my best to show off Iris's cough charms. Thank you for trusting me, Iris. Let's go take a look at the full video. Hope you guys are ready. She cooked on this one.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, what did you think of it, Salvi?
I thought it was amazing. I mean, Kanaudu always does amazing work. They've been working since like the myth days of, when they were gotten for their Mythoween and all that kind of stuff. So they do amazing work every single time.
Absolutely. All right, let's go take a look, chat. I like to play a few minutes for my chat, just a little bit. But we don't have to listen to the full thing.
No worries.
Yeah, I can really see how we were showing all the assets.
It's part of her charm.
Yeah, it's a charm. It's a charm. I mean, I just get to see the shading and everything on the model, and the environments are fantastic.
It's amazing the work that can be done. I can't even imagine it.
I'm sure you saw that Hollow is starting to work with Unreal Engine soon. I'm so excited about it.
Oh yeah, they're cooking with that. My guess is part of it's gonna probably move Hollow Earth to that a little bit, and some concerts maybe.
Yeah, I think so as well. So, amazing new original song here from Iris, guys. Go check it out. It's called Twilight, and yeah, they cooked on this one. Absolutely love it so much. I just really gotta say, I'm kind of, I don't know if you know this, I'm very much a Hollow simp. I love Hollow and all the work they put out. So, definitely some of my favorite stuff. And certainly with Iris, she always does well.
I mean, like, for me, just a little bit of lore on my side. I mean,
Gotcha.
Hololive's the reason why I became a VTuber. Like,
Really?
I've been watching them since, like, Gen 2 and 3. And Watame from Gen 4 was the one that was like, oh, because I'm less huge energy, more just chill energy. So I saw Watame also having chill energy. I'm like, oh, someone like that can be a part of it. So I was like, let me try my hand at this.
Interesting. I like that. Well, congratulations. That's super cool.
Thank you.
I love that very much. Anyway, guys, let's keep talking here because I also have another cover that just came out. Well, not a cover, I'm sorry, from Iris, but how about another song? And that's right, Narissa just released her cover of Espresso. That is right, guys. This is available on all streaming platforms. I mean, it's everywhere. It's even on Spotify, but I'll let you listen to it, just a little tiny bit of it. I feel like she did the song justice. I mean, it's just such a big song.
Oh yeah.
I think it's also really cool that the song like really just came out if you think about it. So to be able to procure the rights, but also like want to do of a more like modern, recent song, I think is really, really smart.
It is. Also, I don't know if it was the first time, but I know one of the big ones was also Elizabeth Roseblood doing Blackbird from the Beatles.
Yes, that was a good one. That was a good one. They did this really interesting cover. Maybe you can tell me about it, because I don't know what exactly it was, but I'll show it off to you, and maybe you can tell me. But anyway, chat, go check out, of course, Narissa's cover of Espresso. I just really gotta say, between her and like RB, they are always cooking. Their voices are just so like ethereal. Really love their work. It's so crazy.
Hololive definitely knows how to pick them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I actually knew ERB's prior life. In some of the music that she did before. So I'm not gonna spoil for anybody if they want the immersion break, but.
Yeah, no, I've seen some of her old stuff. As people come in, there's always somebody that lets you know who they are. Luckily, they let you know on like different sites. So I always do the same. I'm like, if you know, then you know. But
exactly,
she's been amazing
on the DM.
Overall. Yeah,
I think we were having a discussion about like past lives, just kind of like when is it okay to talk about, when it's not okay to talk about it. I think pretty much in general, it's just better not to talk about it, like kind of out of respect, but. If it's like a situation where somebody gets like really screwed over or something, and it's important for them to like have a correlation, like let's say like Doki Bird, for instance, I feel like those are the ones you need to talk about, but the rest of them are kind of like, probably better not to talk about it.
The general rule that I try to follow, at least my personal rule, is if they are right now in an agency, like for example, if they are in Hololive. And I've been watching them before they were in Hololive, as I have with a lot of people. And I know, like, a lot of people's PLs, I don't talk about it. When it's something like, for example, they've just recently left and they're moving on to indie life, I will talk about it a little bit, and then I'll just leave it as it is after maybe like a week or so. Basically for if anybody that watches me, watched them, and wants to know where they are now, it's like, this is their independent form. And this is where you can find them. And then after that, I'm just like, all right, you guys should know by now. I'm not going to keep harping on it, type of thing.
I like that. I think that's a good way to go about it. Yeah, really good way to go about it. I like that. Continuing chat, in other news, I did want to talk to you about this collab that just happened. And I don't know what this particular music is from, but that is right. We have 3 of the most lovely talents here from Hololive, and they actually ended up doing a cover together. Salvi, I have no idea what this is. Maybe you can tell me, or maybe chat knows, but anyway, I'll certainly let you check it out. It is really, really beautiful. So here we go, guys. I love when Cece pulls out the violin too. I don't think she's pulled it out since debut. By the way, chat, this one is like a unarchived stream, so this is pretty much like there's only clips out there. You won't find the full stream anywhere. It sounds like video game music, but I don't know what it's from.
Yeah, it sounds like either video game music or maybe like a show, like a TV show. It reminds me of like old school Angel. If you ever watched that one, it was the one that came after Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It kind of reminds me of that because they had violin on some of the stuff, but I know it's not that. It's just something around it. Sounds very, very familiar.
Yeah, something like that would be like an RPG or something like.
Yeah.
It's not near, but like almost like near adjacent or like Ghibli kind of sounding. Yeah, I agree with you, Nick. I'm definitely gonna have to take a look because I was looking at the comments. I don't think anybody said what it was when I looked. Maybe we can find out. Everybody just says peak.
Yeah, people are just saying it's a blessing. Some people are asking what song is this. Let's see if somebody said it. I talked to the rain and OST from Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles. So that's what they're saying.
Oh, Reservoir Chronicles. Okay, I've never even heard of that.
Yep. The comments always come in clutch.
Yeah, so when in doubt, check out the. Oh wow, it looks older. Oh yeah, it definitely looks older, Chad. So pretty cool though, pretty cool. Yeah, pretty old game. It's looking like, but anyway, chat, really cool cover that they did together. Of course, that's an archive, so you will not see that anywhere else. But I think it's so cool to see CC actually pull out like her violin again, especially during her debut. She covered like some Nier music, so it's cool to see them like do like a big collab of music together, especially with voice and instrument. That's always really awesome.
It absolutely is. It's they always hit it out of the park, but this one they have like a musician that can play a violin, so it's like I know they have Altair as well on the Holostar side who can play a cello. They have a lot of wonderful musicians out there.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff. So I'll be looking forward to more of this in the future, chat. Hopefully so. In other news, guys, let's give a big congratulations to el-ara, who just hit 400,000 subscribers. Absolutely insane. Big congratulations to her. That is a huge number. 400,000.
And people are gonna say, like, people have told me, oh, that's the hololive buff. That's the hololive. A little bit in the start, it'll be a hololive buff, of course, because they start at 60k, 70k when they start out. But if they weren't talented and they didn't have, you know, the personality to keep you going, they wouldn't grow, no matter what agency they're a part of. That's what I always tell my chat.
Exactly.
I was like, because, you know, I'm a small VTuber. People are like, oh, you know, you're not big because you don't have these agencies behind you. I was like, yes, they give you the promotional materials and stuff. But if you just hit flat with chat, you're not going to grow. You need to have something, a little extra spark to get you to that growth.
Absolutely. So, again, you can't carry yourself. You have to have something there, right? The agency can only do so much. They kind of get you started, right? They get you a little bit of that beginning. They set you up, but you still have to have the talent. You still have to have the drive and the push to keep going. And of course, to have that talent. And Aurora is absolutely just popped off. I love all her art streams. They're so much fun to watch. So
yeah,
she's cooking.
It's amazing.
Yeah, big congratulations to her for the 400,000. So really, really awesome. Now, chat, I know that we talked about the other day. Maybe Salvi, you can kind of remind us all the details. But the other day, chat, we talked about round 1 and the scalpers scalping all the plushies from hololive. So, did you talk about this, Salvi? Maybe you can remind us of all the finer details.
There was a person on TikTok who apparently is a person who's he views it almost as an achievement hunter when it comes to claw machines. There are people who do that. What basically he does is he went around round 1, which is having a big collab with hololive for, you know, all their plushies to have them in the claw machines. He figured out a trick to get the specific type of claw machine to work where he can get, like, I don't know, like 5 or more at a time at every single time, and he makes it win every single time. So he ended up emptying out several claw machines of all their stuff. He ended up getting like some 20 or 30 or 40 different, whether it was Gura plushies, Ina plushies, Mokoko plushies, everything he could. And he put it out on TikTok to, you know, show off to everybody. What happened is that people found out, then Callie found out, and then Callie let, I disappeared. There you go.
I Thanos snapped you for a second.
You Thanos snapped me. But,
I'm sorry.
It's all good. But yeah, Callie found out. Callie was like, I'm gonna report this to management because we have to do something, because it ruins it for everybody. It ruins it for the community. There are kids out there who want a Mokoko plushie or want a, you know, any plushie out there, and they're not gonna be able to get it because this dude decided to do that and scalp. So she let management know, and she was called a hater by the guy because apparently the guy's not a VTuber fan. So
of course.
Yeah, of course. He was called a big hater, but she's trying to protect the community overall. And people were like, he was like, oh, I'm not a scalper. But then he went on eBay and he's selling them for like $70. So he's definitely scalping,
It was really gross. Again, like, if somebody wants a little plushie, like, you're really going to make it so difficult for somebody to have something like that and then end up, reselling it for such a high, like, number. I just think it's so gross. I think it's so unfair to anybody that might want to just, partake in something like that, right? That wants a little plushie and they get charged, $1 bajillion for it. I just think it's so wrong. I was telling people, hey, what's up, Ryan? How are you? I was telling people, I was talking to Rima about this. I used to work for Disney for about a year, and we had problems with this all the time. People would come and scoop up all this stuff, buy it out and then resell it for some insane price, where people just want something to enjoy it. Well, luckily, guys, it does look like Callie kind of speaking to somebody. It did actually help, chat. That is right. So here we go. Of course, it says, thank you, Callie, for taking action. Round 1 is now limiting each big plush to 1 per person. So I'm being real. I think this is a win. I think this is something that should have happened before anyway. But obviously they couldn't ever guess what the traffic was going to look like on something like this, or even guess that there were going to be scalpers. But I'm really glad that this ended up happening.
And of course, a cover is going to be sending more to every round 1 that has had themselves emptied out. But unfortunately, there is that little bit of delay of the shipping. Round 1's going to be like, hey, we ran out. They're going to send it. It's going to take like a week or 2. And some people are still going to be complaining. They'll be like, well, what about my kid who wants one? Well, your kid counts as one person. Your kid counts as a customer. You count as a customer. So you can get one for yourself. You can get one for your kid. There's going to be people who are going to be like going out, coming in, going out, coming in. But I'm pretty sure that round 1 is going to be like, I've seen you before. You've already gotten one. You are not allowed anymore.
And it's sad that it comes to this point, but unfortunately, chat, with anything like this, it's just kind of a way of life. People just really take advantage sometimes, and I'm just glad that somebody stepped up. Callie was able to bring it to their attention, and round 1 is doing the right thing again. From somebody that's kind of seen this firsthand, Disney really started cracking down on a lot of people that were doing that kind of stuff. They did the same thing. They just limited it. So ultimately, definitely a win, and I hope that everybody is able to get the little plushie that they want, or whatever it is, whatever prize it is. You shouldn't have to be held behind a paywall just to go and, get a freaking plush or something that's exclusive, right? I think that's so dumb.
Yeah, it really is. One person ruins it for everybody, unfortunately. One person will ruin it for everybody. Just takes that one person.
Yeah, it really sucks. But anyway, chat, a good ending here. Big W. Guys, let's move on over to some Vshojo. Or actually, no, I lied. I want to go back to the cover. Financial reports, chat. They are in. That is right, guys. So with Cover Corp, of course, this is for Q2 2025. And I have to say, all of this stuff looks very, very impressive. But it did come out a few days ago. So we're going to talk about it a little bit, just kind of dive into some of the results and what has happened with Cover Corp. Overall, chat, I do have to say it looks like it's a really big win. Their year-over-year revenue, or their gross profit, grew by quite a lot. So, Salvi, I don't know if you've looked at this at all, have you?
Yes. I covered it. Well, I tried to cover it as short as I could. I'm the type of person that I can go for freaking 40 minutes on this type of stuff.
Right,
but
right.
In my video, I did like a 10-minute thing. But yeah, I looked over everything. The big win that they had, in so much as what they put out, was the trading card game. The big trading card game that they popped out with, it really pushed them way higher than they ever expected. They expected some people to, because they have dedicated fans that'll buy anything that they do, and then they have trading card game fans that do Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, etc.
Right.
That will do it for the collectible. It's basically a physical gacha that you have there. That's what trading card, for people who don't know about the whole trading card game thing.
It pretty much is. That's a good way to put it.
It's basically you have, if you're a hololive fan like me, it's like $2 or $3 for the booster packs, like $34 for the big box set, and you'll have, Fubuki and all these other ones. You'll have, if you're really lucky, you can have a foil card that has a signature of your favorite person. So all those types of things.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, really, it blew it out of the water. They upped their expectations a lot higher than normal. If you looked at their stock price went up by 600, 700 yen, which is $5-6, which is put it right on par with other people in Nijisanji. Real quick tidbit, Nijisanji is considered to be the prime market, which is stable and already known for growth. And the hololive, if I'm not mistaken, /cover is in the growing market, which is more of a risk for investors. It's they'll grow, but they'll also pop down. They'll be moving up and down a lot. It's not guaranteed that they're going to have growth. So now they pretty much were able to compete directly with someone that's in the prime market. A little bit of investor news for you guys there.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's actually really good to know. And I know recently, we talked about it as well, cover officially surpassing Nijisanji the other day. But I think what's really impressive here too is the year over year, their gross profit. I mean, that is quite a jump from the prior year, chat. Sorry, my antlers are in the way. 72.8%. Of course, and their net profit is 1,500 million yen, which year over year is a growth of 44.9%. So, I mean, that is some big numbers, big numbers, chat.
Yeah, that's really big. And of course, for people who may not know about the whole gross versus net, gross is the full amount of money that came in. Net is after all of their expenses, all what they called overhead, paying their people, paying the VTubers, paying all the business people, paying the things for sponsors, every single expense that they have. After everything was spent, they still made 1.5 million yen over that.
Very crazy. And like you said here, of course, the streaming content, year over year is up 21.4%. Their concerts and events, it actually did look like they saw a decrease. And that was due to the company puts hold medium to large scale events here in Q3, just to kind of make up for that. But like Salvi said here, merchandising was up from past years, 79.8%. And of course, they do point out that hololive card game exceeded expectations. So yeah, the power trading card games, actually, that is literally crazy. So you can see here most everything, streaming, merchandising, licensing, they've really cooked. It just looks like the concerts and events was kind of a loss. But I would argue that sometimes you take a loss in a certain sector by overspending, especially in quality and things like that, right? And
Exactly.
You make it up in other sectors. And I really feel like if I was going to say any VTuber company would do that, it would be Hollow. Because, I mean, look at the efforts that they put into their live concerts, chat. All of the beautiful work that they put out there. I would really say even if there was a loss here, nonetheless, everybody else is up. So it's not like it's a bad sign in any way, shape, or form.
When it comes to businesses, it's expected for especially a place that does a lot of concerts and things like that. It's expected that they're going to take a loss in concerts, especially when they're trying to expand, like their world tour that they're doing right now. Other things with Suisei, other things with Marine that's popping up, things like that. Also, one real quick thing that I wanted to put out is that Chad is also mentioning Yago. For those who didn't know, in the quarter 3 report last year's
Best
quarterly, Yago is best girl. In that report, he said that their push right now is to connect the fans with the creators, basically build a network of fans, and this is what's paying off right now, because the fans are so connected to their creators that the card game is basically you have cards of your creators. People are like, yes, I want that. I'm gonna get more of that. So that's
even
really good.
Even reflected in merchandising. Look at that, 79.8%. People are very invested in the talents and the people behind the models, and they want to show their support. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Current stats of revenue per VTuber. Year over year, chat, it grew 41.2% for each revenue per VTuber. I mean, chat, imagine you are a talent, but in 1 year, your revenue on average grew 41.2%. I mean, that is a huge number as an individual as well.
It really is. And one little tidbit that helps here is, remember, a lot of, maybe some people don't know, hololive is unlike other agencies that I know of. They pay a base salary. So no matter who you are, if you're Hollow Stars, etc., you get a base pay. And then above that, you get your super chats, you get your anything else that pops in. Yeah, your percentages. But you have base pay. Whatever it ends up being, you could be the worst performer on there. You're going to get basic minimum pay for them.
Very based, very based. Unlike another company. But we will talk about that right now, chat. We'll talk about that. So just kind of talking about trends. We already talked about the revenue, cost of sales. I mean, you know, cost of sales is important. But I will say, like, that's kind of going to grow as your business scales. Historical trends in gross profit and gross profit margin. During the Q2 period, revenue is driven by highly profitable products. This is a trading card game resulting in record high gross profit margin and gross profit. So again, chat, that's from the last quarter, you can see such a big jump. And even from, you know, kind of looking at Q2 of last year, I mean, look at that jump there. So this is basically just saying the more stuff that they sell or each thing that they sell, there's more profit in those individual items. So that is just, obviously that's a win, chat. That's a huge, big deal. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, and that's what's getting investors, you know, investing more. Because whenever the stock price goes up, of course, it means that more people are buying your stuff. So that's why. It's because they're seeing, oh, this isn't so risky anymore. I'm actually going to be making money if I invest in this company.
Exactly. I'm gonna scroll through a little bit, chat. We don't want to spend like forever on this, but operating income and operating margin. Operating income increased by 80%. Year on year due to continued improvement and marginal profit. So operating margin reached its highest level while we continue to expand the workforce in preparation for future business expansion. I think I read this somewhere that their staff is over 600 people now.
That is big. And if you remember also, yeah, it's huge staff. If you remember, I think it was several months ago in their end of quarter thing, they had a bit of a celebration where like the I don't know if I forget if it was Miko or one of the livers was cooking for the staff. So they have this connection between staff, between all staff, between the actual producers of content and the other staff to try to keep them connected. So it sounds very, you know, cringy to say this, but they try to make it feel like a corporate family without, you know, the cringe of family. They try to make it feel like you're at least a part of the same group trying to move yourself up.
It's so important to have that type of workforce. I've worked in a few places, and when you create that type of environment for your staff and for the people that work for you, or just even together, everybody wants to work harder. Everybody wants to work towards a shared goal, right? So I think it's fantastic that from the outside, I look at Hollow and I go, that is somebody that I would want to work for because of the type of environment and the culture that they're creating. It's very positive, at least from the outside looking in. And we've even seen Hollow make mistakes, but the way that they've dealt with them, I feel like has been very positive. So overall, I just gotta say, I'm really, I really like what they're doing. I really have always, again, I know I'm a Hollow simp, but I do really genuinely love the environment and the way that they treat their talents. I think it's just very positive.
And one thing that helps them be positive is the fact that they can criticize their company. For example, we've had Crony, we've had Kiara, we've had Pecora, we've had Aqua, we've had other people in there who have not necessarily been like, oh, I hate this company. They're like, these are things that I haven't agreed with 100%. I hope they can fix. I've had my issues here. When other companies want you to be quiet and they'll suspend you, and if you do that, hololive is like, okay, if we're hearing it directly from our creators, that's not good. We need to fix this. And Yago's always had that. And he's always had it with the buck stops at him. Anything that's happened below him is his responsibility. That's the way a CEO should be. That's the way a leader should be. That's why people respect him.
Yep, absolutely. 100% agree. So here's, of course, there's an important section here about business development. Just talking about streaming content. So kind of some things that they did. Obviously, Flow Glow was a big deal. Expansion to music-based product. And of course, concert events. Plans for several medium to large scale concerts. We've seen the Miko solo live coming up. So many like individual like events and tours. And of course, the hololive Super Expo is coming up March 8th and 9th of 2025. So as stated earlier, the TCG was a big deal for them. I mean, the licensing and collaborations. I mean, I gotta say, Holos, collaboration-wise, holy crap! I mean, we've had baseball, we've had round one. I mean, they've done so many cool things. They've really cooked this year.
Oh, they absolutely did, and that's one of those things that, as a company, of course, you have to use to grow, and it's letting quote unquote normies know a little bit more about us, which is good.
Yeah, Monster Hunter, you're so right, Chip. I kind of forgot about that.
That's true, the Monster Hunter thing.
That was so cool. So here they are talking about, of course, our progress in medium to long-term business development. So, of course, upcoming debuts, there's a lot to talk about with that. I'm sure they continue to push out kind of these smaller little sectors, but it's really nice, of course, like Regloss, and a couple of these other talent groups. For development, they say that they want to do content creation, use the latest motion capture studio, and 3D model development capabilities, which we've, of course, seen echoed in their stuff that they have coming up with the new Unity stuff. Really excited about that. And then provide further opportunities for growth, expansion, and migration of fandom due to IP exposure, such as TCG and games. I think we've seen some holo talents in video games before, mobile games, right?
Yes, they've had. I know Aqua's been in some.
Yeah, Aqua, that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, they're trying their best to put it in every single medium that they can in order to get in front of fans or new fans or children or anybody that could possibly be into VTubing. They're doing, and of course Japan has a more synergistic one with like anime and VTubing. Pretty much anime fans will be like, oh, VTubers, they look like anime people. They'll go for them. So they try to do like with their Hollow Witches thing that they've recently been doing. They're trying to get into those mediums.
Very, very cool. And of course, realization of large-scale measures for reinvestment of business profits. So putting the right money in the right place, basically, chat. Now, this number to me is absolutely wild. Approximately 55% of users have subscribed to multiple channel memberships within hololive. 55%. That is wild. Like 45%, of course, is that one channel, but two or more channels, 55% of viewers. That is enormous. I mean, you think about YouTube, how many people subscribe to a channel that they watch? Like, you know, normally it's like around 15 to 20% on average.
Yeah.
That's crazy, Chad. That is a huge number.
And not only that, it's goes beyond just like the subscriptions. From what I'm reading here, it's also basically like for example, I'm subscribed to almost every single live VTuber that pops out there because I want to support.
Right, of course.
These people are also memberships, which is, you know, extra money out of your pockets. These are basically saying they are membership, like let's say they were a member to Aqua, they're also a member to Matsuri or, you know, stuff like that. So they're going for the channel memberships too, which is of course why, you know, the money that they are getting extra, which means that they're showing enough value that they're like, I want to, you know, get this membership and that membership. And like Oprah, everyone gets a membership.
You get a membership. You get a membership. I like hololive's approach. It really feels like quality over quantity, you know?
Yep.
And it's starting to pay off. I mean, you can see here with Regloss, of course, their first live 3D. You know, I mean, approximately 200,000 maximum number of simultaneous connections recorded. I mean, that's a pretty high number for viewership. And it was trending as #1 for a bit on Twitter. I refuse to call it X. And of course, you can see kind of everything growing right here for the trends and the number of YouTube channel subscriptions and total number of views. So, again, just that growth is astronomical. I mean, that's insane.
It is. Like I said, when hololive and Cover and Yago have always said in their reports, we go more for long-term gains, not wanting the short-term stuff. We will invest in something, lose money now, and then later on see the benefits. They've gotten criticized by investors, who of course investors are the type of people who want money now.
Of course.
But Yago said, we're not changing this. For example, the thing that I mentioned before about them giving minimum pay to their talents. Some investors were like, why don't you do what company A does, the other company that we know about, where they don't do this and they, you know, give more money to your investors. And Yago said, we're not changing anything. Yeah, Yago told them, we're not changing anything. This is going to be continuing to go on from now into the future, there's not going to be any change to this.
Exactly, and I love that. And this just goes to show right here, Chad, increasing momentum. Hollow's thought is we are going to invest in our talents, and everything else. If we invest in our talents, everything else will follow. And you see that, guys. Look at Abbott right here. Debut, huge jump. Justice, huge jump. I mean, they care about their talents. They invest into them. They know that's what's going to carry us. If we put all that we have into that, you will see the results of it. And you can see right here, chat. It's plain as day. So, really, really awesome to see here. Such huge jumps, especially after Avon. I mean, God, I remember when they debuted it just was insane.
I'm going to be honest with you. The one that caught me off guard was Fuamoko. If you know about the history of Fuamoko, where they came from, it's like I followed them in their past life.
Oh, really? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I followed them in their past life. So you know, you can see like the Presnosagi also did a video on it about what happened in their past life, how they were done dirty by their previous company. And Yago, it looked like it was just made specifically for them. It's like, here you go, twins. There you go. These twins that were a big part of the indie community because they were very connected are now here, and they have hit it out of the park with that.
Yeah, they have been cooking. I really, really enjoyed them a lot. So just talking about regarding overseas event participation, kind of talking about where some stuff was over in the U.S. And those events went very well. I know we talked a lot about breaking dimensions when that happened. So they did give us a little section about the TCG card game. As a result of promotional activities conducted nationwide through trial play events and rule seminars prior to sales of the first booster packs and a starter deck, which went on sale from September 20th, were very, very strong. I really have not like invested much in this, but I will say that I have seen a lot of people kind of follow in suit with this. I mean, we've seen like Rift Runners, which we're going to talk about later. We saw like, I know Shy Lily is doing one as well. So I really do feel like this TCG is definitely something that people are interested in. And it's something that's really paid off for them big time. So I might just start like checking into this. I don't even know how to play the game. I don't know much about it, but it looks really cool.
On their site, they have, you know, rules for beginners. They have this whole section for beginners. So they know that a lot of people, this is probably going to be their first time going into a trading card game. So they want you to know. And I think as with any TCG, they're eventually going to want to make tournaments. They're eventually going to want to make it like a playing game. Like, for example, something that a lot of people don't remember is Pokemon trading card game started just as kind of like merchandise, kind of like you get to have your favorite Pokemon in a deck, in cards of it. That's what it started as. Later on, you started seeing tournaments. Later on, you started seeing rules added into and how to battle and how to, you know, use all the different cards, all the different energy cards, all that type of stuff. But at first, it was just purely, you can get a Pikachu, you can get a Charizard, you can get a Blastoise, you can get whatever with you as a card.
I'll be the #1 hololive card player you want.
Gonna be the very best.
Oh my goodness. Super duper cool. I gotta check these out. Maybe we can open some on stream chat. So
that's gonna be popular. You know that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So here it goes. We have, of course, the logistics improvements. The company plans to gradually relocate warehouses and improve logistics. I love that, especially with merchandise being such a big deal. So it's a plan to launch a new distribution center. That is absolutely fantastic. And consolidate multiple warehouses into one location, increase productivity. Of course, supply chain optimization. It's just really nice to see that they care about their merch and everything that goes into that being pushed out in the best way possible. So it's good that they're giving like a little bit of focus to it. And of course, then we have something here about Hollow Earth and their games. I think you know a little bit more than I do about Hollow Earth. I mean, I know what Hollow Earth is, but maybe you can kind of tell us a little bit more about this slide.
Oh, for Hollow Earth, it is
Yeah.
It is the dreaded word is used as metaverse. It's basically kind of like
Right.
pretty much almost like a VR chat world for hololive, except that it is in their own space, their own way of doing it. It's an app that you can have. I think right now it's just in beta testing with certain beta testers, but they are trying to make like a world in and of itself, where their new update is going to have like a poker room. They add different outfits of it. Of course, you have different avatars you can use for this. It's basically trying to make a little world in and of itself just for hololive and their fans.
Looks pretty cool. And of course, here's the game development. talking about games that, of course, have the Holo Indie, which is awesome. That company did release 4 titles, and there are development of licensed games apparently, so that is ongoing. So we'll certainly be looking out for that. I remember when they announced Hollow Earth, and like you said, to me it was kind of like, oh, this is metaverse, but it's not metaverse. I know it's not supposed to be metaverse, but it kind of feels like metaverse.
Yeah.
Of course, there's other matters related to financial position. Of course, we have the Japanese Fair Trade Commission on the Subcontract Act. We've already talked about that very much in depth, but they did go back and pay a lot of those people that had extra work that were unpaid, plus interest. I'm not going to get too deep into that because that was its own thing. And then posting of extraordinary laws for provisions of indirect taxes. And the company estimated amount of indirect taxes for various foreign countries that it had not collected from users, including sales tax in the United States, and posting extraordinary laws of 450 million yen as provisions for indirect taxes for various countries, assuming responsibility for the payment of the estimated amount of indirect taxes for various foreign countries. So I think they're definitely going to be trying to post that at a better time and looking into that a little bit deeper.
Well, yeah, it's unfortunately like when you're first starting to get into a lot of these things, you don't realize all the taxes you actually have to pay. And for those who don't know what 450 million yen is, it's about $3 million. So it's not like in their books, it's not a ton, but still $3 million that you're losing that you could have just had as profit. It's still a lot.
It's still a lot. So, well, ultimately, guys, I gotta say, kind of looking at this, huge one for hololive here. I mean, everything's looking like a plus. Even on paper, I mean, you see the actually year over year, the profits are better for everything individually. The profits and revenue for the talents are better. The company is growing. I mean, they had a loss in concerts, but I would argue that that's probably just because of cost in general. I would even argue that they did this more as a way to connect with their fans more so than we want to sell tickets for profit. So really, everything looks fantastic here for Holo. What's your final thoughts on it, Salvi? What do you think?
I think, like, I agree with you when it comes to the concerts. It's kind of one of those things that in the industry, it's usually called like a loss leader. It's something that will get you in the door. It's something that, like, for example, will get a child in the door. Will like a parent that's a fan will take a child or take a friend or take whatever. But you're going to be hearing like, oh, there's a concert going on, and they might check it out. It's one of those things that's like, it's also kind of a gift to the community.
Exactly.
And like I mentioned with, like I was going to mention with Holo Indie real quick. That is something that hololive has been wanting to do for a bit because, you know, you had HoloCure, which is never going to be monetized according to what the person has said. But other people have wanted to make hololive games, and this is their way of making it easier for them to have licensing. Basically, what they say is like, do it under Holo Indie. We're gonna give you, we're gonna collect some royalties from you, but you can use our IPs however you want as long as it follows our rules. And it's awesome for them to do that. That's also part of them connecting to their fans. It's like, okay, we have fans who are gonna make games anyways. Why don't we just try to work with them to make it better for both of us?
Typical Holo W. I mean, I hear at the end of the day too, like you see it. I mean, look at the net profit. I mean, that is a large jump too. So, like you said, it's okay to have a loss leader, lose a little bit here. Even then, it was only 11%. Like, in the grand scheme of business, it really wasn't even that much. So, I will certainly be looking out, chat. I'm very excited to see the future of everything for hololive here, but definitely when they talk about their financial results. So very, very nice, quarter for them. And I'll follow back up with you guys in the future about their next quarter too. Very, very exciting. So let's go over here to Vshojo, guys. And I want to talk about, I told you I would tell you, Nova has announced their debut dates, guys. So of course you have Hestia and Hotaru coming out on the 22nd. On the 23rd we have Is it Peck or Peak? I don't know how to pronounce it. And of course, the lovely Nag as well. So very, very excited for all 4 of the new talents.
And Hestia is the one that people already knew because she already had like a VTuber persona beforehand that was pretty popular. So of the 4, from what I have gathered from what people have told me, Hestia is the one that people already are like, whoa, this is kind of like the regular Vshojo thing where they're bringing in indies into here.
Exactly.
The rest are a little bit more unknown. So it's really nice that they're, kind of doing kind of like this harkens back a little bit to what Zentreya was saying in the beginning, how Vshojo doesn't want to be known as the friend corporation, like the only you only get in here through nepotism or whatever some people have said, friends. They want to be known as someone that, yes, if you're good and you have everything that is required, you're going to be able to make it in anyways.
Yeah, I think that poor Zentreya has kind of fought a long time against that, so I think that's really cool. Yeah, I think a lot of people are familiar with Hestia as well. I agree with you, chat, and as well as you, Salvi. So we'll certainly see here. But here is the little debut trailer that we have, chat. So let's take a look at it. By the way, opens real strong.
Yeah.
Best opening trailer.
Love it.
Immediate Isekai.
It's a
I
Japanese
told you.
staple. It's a Japanese staple at this point.
Yeah, you gotta have it. You gotta have it. Ow. Yeah. Just a little bit. Very, very exciting stuff, chat. So I'm certainly looking forward to all of these debuts, and we'll be reporting on it probably not this Wednesday, but probably next after the debuts itself. So, well, which one are you looking forward to, Salvi? By the way, thank you for 4 months. Appreciate you, right?
I think I want to see how Hestia is going to be going forward with this, but also like I want to see the characters that are coming out. The one in the red dress. I forget her freaking name. She's going to be someone that's kind of interesting. Is she going to have more Nojo-sama type of feel to her, a mature woman type of feel to her, or is she just going to be a wild card that is totally not even fitting the type of look that she has? That's one thing I always like seeing.
Yeah, it's definitely really cool to see. I love her design. It's beautiful. The Victorian kind of look to it. I thought she was a pirate because I don't know if you knew this, but like Belle and Iron Mouse actually had their dolls in the back of their streams before they debuted. And so like I thought she was a pirate. I was like, wait, what? It was really funny. So certainly looking forward to Nova. Yeah, well, definitely. And I'm sure Salvi will be reporting on it as well, chat. So certainly go check out his coverage as well.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely screaming me as well. Of course, in other news, guys, I do want to talk about something I have with Matara. Matara tweeting out, I'll give you more context on this. Matara tweeting out, hey, y'all, I read your comments and saw your constructive criticisms. I'll be taking down the art contest and reworking some of the rules. I should have you updated by Sunday or Monday. Thank you for your patience. Well, Matara actually Vshojo put out a art contest. However, unfortunately, some of the rules were a little questionable. So the art contest, they only had about a month to draw 6 characters, and the first place prize was $1,500. So they got a lot of feedback about it. Like, I can't really draw 6 characters that quickly. The prize money was apparently low for 6 characters. I guess drawing 6 characters costs quite a lot of money, especially, so I can certainly see it. So anyway, chat, Matara did say she will update us closer to Monday. She's working with Vshojo's staff, but I just want to point this out, not as like a bad thing, right? Right, drawing 6 characters in 1 month is crazy hard, but it's the fact that Vshojo and Vshojo talent's always listening and make adjustments when they feel like that it's not right. So I just want to point this out because I thought this was really awesome that Matara and staff were making adjustments as needed.
Yeah, instead of doubling down, again, we'll go back to like Company A where they would double down and things like that.
Right.
Oh, we it's our property, blah 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 blah, and at the very least they even offered a prize, which the other company didn't. But in this case, like you said, I agree with you 100%. It's really good that they listened, and instead of it taking it as like a personal offense, it's like these are people who actually want to do this. These are people who love us enough to actually make the characters and everything like that. Let's make it work out for them.
Absolutely. So a good on Matara here in making the adjustments. Guys, let's go check in here with Zentreya, and I am so excited for this. So Zentreya plus Nikkei, Nihilister cosplay, approved by Nikkei. Soon, chat, soon.
And she's focusing on the good, so to speak. So
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say, look, she understands what Nikkei's about, all right? she understands the gameplay.
It's funny because I've heard people say like there have been complaints because Nikkei used to be like the butt and hip company, and now they are the booba company, which is funny.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, chat, something very much looking forward to. Very, very excited. And the fact that she's able to partner together with Nikkei to make it happen, I think is really, really cool. So be on the lookout for this, chat. I will update you in the future. But we're gonna go outside of I like to call it the big three: Ninja Sanji, Vshojo, and hololive. We're gonna go outside of the big three to talk about a little bit more corporate VTuber news before we go over into our indie stuff. So first up, chat, let's talk about Idol a second. And Idol kind of making I know this seems cryptic, but from what I understand, they're talking about Momo
Yes.
in this particular post. So you want to read this one?
Okay. It says, we know you've had questions about Redacted. We've seen various messages / concerns from fans, and it's time to clarify. Redacted's break from streaming and lack of support towards goal fulfillment has been due to previous management issues. The inability to stream was not her choice, and we would not share this before now. Current management will not tolerate harassment, and we believe talent safety is of the utmost importance. Her return, with a new name and model, is just around the corner. She's been working hard on a fresh start with her full support, as we had announced a few months prior. Let's celebrate her comeback together very soon. Thank you for your patience and support, Idol team. So yeah, this is definitely Momo. She mentioned it as well. She mentioned it before she went Redacted, and that's one thing that I've gotten, believe me, I've gotten flack for this, because whenever I criticize an agency that people love, I get a bit of flack, but I'm an equal opportunity critiquer. I will critique I will critique when it needs to be critiqued. I've critiqued hololive, I've critiqued Idol, I've critiqued Face Connect, etc. Idol, just being honest, in my opinion, had a big management issue. And as using the example of Yago, the buck stopped with Aviel, the person who was the CEO. That's why when he left, you started seeing a big change, people coming back. People being like, oh, I want to stay. And people, being more open and more happy. It's not necessarily that he was a bad person. You can get a little bit over your head when it comes to certain things. You can be more business oriented and not know about the people side. So now, Momo herself has said with Brave has promised me new changes. Brave has promised me all these new things because, for those who didn't know, Brave Group is a big umbrella group that manages other agencies and gives them like money and resources to make their stuff better. So they purchased Idol again. They purchased Idol, and they moved out all the old management, brought in their management to make things better, and I think so far it's working.
Yeah, we've been talking very much about like everything going on with like Juna and Rin. So most of the chat is probably up to date on it, but yeah, I really, my own curiosity is always piqued by kind of what happened behind the scenes. But either way, it looks like everybody in the comments is very supportive, hoping the best for Momo here. So we will certainly respect that, and we'll keep you updated. Chat, very interesting.
Absolutely.
Weird that we just like randomly got this though. You know what I mean? Like what? Why?
Yeah, it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek, and I do like the fact that they accepted it was their fault. It was not the talent's fault. This is rare in general. Even if it's like a tongue-in-cheek kind of like a funny thing, it's very rare for a company to be like, we messed up. This is why this person left. They're coming back because now things are changing, but we still messed up.
Yeah, we would never see that from company A. So
yeah,
very, very interesting for sure. Of course, in other news, guys, let's talk about Rainbow Meadows. This is actually a new VTuber group that is opening up applications. They close on November 30th. It is very say-so, however. It is only a positive and say-so VTuber group. So you can apply for that if you like to. Rainbow Meadows.
It's a good idea.
This already eliminates half of the VTuber space, so...
Yeah, it does. But it's nice to see someone try. It's nice to see someone try. I don't know how long people will say so, but it's nice to see someone try.
Yeah, I think that's great. Look, we need more positivity, so that is always a good thing. Now, unfortunately, Tom, we're going to talk about something from positive to negative. And Yuna actually tweeting out earlier this morning, I believe. Yeah, or no, yesterday. I'm sorry, late last night. Yuna tweeting out from Idol, of course. Truly, only I can fuck up this hard and accidentally delete my YouTube account. Oh no.
Oh no.
How do you accidentally delete your account? Oh my god. I don't even know how you do that. Like, what, yeah, like, even Ricky's like, what? I just need to never touch anything ever again. So there is good news, chat. In the rare moments here, Team YouTube is on the case, saying, we understand how important this is. You confirm, did you go to advanced setting and accidentally delete your channel? Or did it happen while doing a brand account transfer? I'm going to assume it's this.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. From what it looks like, it was the whole brand account thing. It's very convoluted. So I don't doubt it.
Right.
Especially someone who isn't dealing with this on an everyday thing. It's very easy for this to happen.
Yeah, literal huge failure out here. That's so sad. I recently switched over to brand accounts. I actually made an additional personal account associated with my email. I went delete that additional account so there don't be duplicates. But I didn't realize it would also delete my brand account. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Already recovered the brand account from the deleted brand account section, but unfortunately nothing is showing up next. So it does look like they are talking in DMs, and hopefully that will get resolved. But I just can't imagine deleting my whole channel. I would cry.
Oh yeah, that's where you're just like hanging up.
done.
That's where you hang it up and you're just like, yeah, I'm done. But the advantage is she is under an agency, Idol-en. They have, it sounds wrong to say this, but there quite literally are two different systems. For the regular people like me and you that just are, independent. And then there's for the big brands like Idol-en, they have their own representative in there. They have their own people dealing with it. So this is probably going to be a bit easier. If there's anything that can be done, it's going to be a lot easier for it to be done for her.
Absolutely, absolutely. So definitely, chat, we'll update you on if she gets her account back. I'm sure she will, though. So things are looking good. Other news, chat, I know we talked a lot about stuff that happened this past weekend, but we did have first stage production. All of their new talents did debut over this past weekend, so very exciting. I just kind of wanted to show them off again. I was not able to tune into any of these. I don't know if you were able to catch any, Salvi.
I wasn't able to. I wasn't, unfortunately. I was streaming actually when these things were going off, so I wasn't able to.
Gotcha. Yeah, same. So, but really, really exciting, of course, for all of these talents in chat. I just want to show you everybody that debuted this past, weekend, and even today. I mean, all of the Globy, the third gen, we had a bunch of watch-alongs with that. The NOA talents were yesterday. According Sayu, we also had AK Virtual, and there's some actually that are later today for them, and the first stage, coming up. So I think that was yesterday. So a lot that just happened this past weekend.
Yeah, a lot. It was very busy season for the debuts.
Really, really cool to see. And I did want to talk just for a second, guys, about the NOA talents. Of course, we had Sayu joining NOA. We had Sagus, and we also had Rita, who, of course, did their debuts with a big collab together there. So, really, really cool. They did also release a brand new original song, chat. So let's go take a look at that one. It is called Break and Bend. This is their debut song. Yeah, I didn't know that either, Daniel. Like, Sayu can sing. What can't Sayu do? Let's be fair, what can't Sayu do?
He's amazing. Every single one of them cooked really well with this one. They did a really good job.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she kind of has pipes, right? Yeah, it's very good, right, chat?
It is really good.
So certainly go check it out over on the NOA Talent channel. I was honestly very impressed by this song. Or it really, really was, actually. Yeah, Banger right out the gate. Rita. Well, I do gotta show you guys. Please go ahead, Salvi.
No, I was just gonna say real quick that Saya mentioned that this was like a genre that she's never done before, so it was something kind of new for her. So it was nice to see her kind of step out of her comfort zone to do this.
Definitely. And I did want to point out something that Saya was saying about joining the company. I know that Saya's had a storied history. If you know, you know. And a lot of people were kind of giving her a little bit of crap about joining in a way. So Saya kind of speaking out against it, of course, saying it makes me sad to see other crap people are saying over me joining a new company. They never cared about me anyway, but what makes me upset is seeing people who don't even watch me run their mouth about stuff that they probably don't even know anything about, right? You think warning me is something when I'm the one doing it, that I spent a year plus looking into it will change something going unexpectedly wrong someday? Taking chances and trying things is part of life. No one asked you specifically, and I hope no one ever will. Just leave me alone. Or if you actually care, how about doing or saying something that would make me happy rather than something that would make you happy? I'm sorry, our community of actually kind of smart people has to see how many worthless creatures pop up sometimes. I'll try to do something new in any way. So I know that she's definitely had some haters for sure kind of come after her about joining in a way. She's had already like a very storied history with some issues in her past about, companies. So just kind of wishing the best for her overall.
Absolutely. And one thing, of course, that since I've been following it since the very beginning, I am a part of her community. She did mention, of course, a long time ago when she first started talking about this, she talked with her lawyer. Noah was actually very interesting. What they did, they talked to her, they let her know this is the contract. Have it looked over by your lawyer, make your changes, and we'll talk about it after you make your changes. So she did that. They sent her to China to, see their full, how everything was being set up. She had some issues. She let them know, fix these things, whatever they were. She didn't let us know. She just said, fix these things, and then I'll be very happy to be a part of your organization. So even then, they were very open to criticism, which is the reason why she joined. Yes, like she says, a lot of people that are saying these things aren't really even part of the community. They're the type of people who criticize anything that happens, and anything having to do with China, of course, they're going to get criticized as well.
Of course. Average Twitter user, honestly. But
yeah.
The fact that they're open for those lines of communication, I know that she had mentioned on stream that we had watched one time, she was talking about kind of her, we'll say her contractual, like a back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
The fact that they were open to even do that is already a really good sign. It's not like, here, just sign your name on the dotted line of blood, right? It's, hey, look this over. Let's talk about changes. We want you to be comfortable. And that's always a very positive sign, very professional. So, I mean, my thing is actions speak louder than words. In a way, I've talked to Inoue as well. I've done a watch along for them. I've had a good experience with them overall. They're very professional. I have no issues with them at all. So I think she picked right. I think she did good.
And one thing she did mention is, real quick, that the reason why she went for NOA instead of like Mythic, or because people were like wondering, like, why didn't she go to Mythic? Why didn't she go to Vshojo? Why didn't she go to others? She went in an agency that she said she didn't want to have to fight to get things. She didn't want to have to struggle and ask them and beg them to do things like sponsorships and other things. Someone that would actually be like, okay, here we have all these companies you can work with. Who do you want to work with? Instead of being her and her manager having to fight for everything tooth and nail.
Exactly. Like, she just wants a chance to actually, like, do what she wants to do. A wild, huh?
Yeah.
Imagine getting to do what you want to do.
Wild idea, yeah.
Craziness. So anyway, of course, we have here from Inaki, who tweeting out, I had the honor of designing IU's newest outfit for her debut. An elegant upgrade that's both nostalgic and futuristic. So I really loved her new design.
Absolutely love it.
Very, very nice.
And one thing she mentioned, of course, on stream, the base for this model is still Sai. Like, everything was built on top of her base model. So that's why she said nothing's going to change. Her model's going to be the same. Her IP's going to be the same. It's just a new look. And it's very Nikke-esque. It's very, like, that,
yeah, it
that
kind of is.
style.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
She definitely got a buff in her personality area, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, she definitely did. I like the hair a lot too. It's very nice. So
yes,
very, very gorgeous. So guys, that's all I got for you for corporate news. Well, let's move on to our indie news here. And first up, guys, I do want to check in here with Maui, who actually really put this really nice kind of a letter out that this was a graduation. But then I read it and I was like, you know what? I really agree with this. And I think it's important to establish boundaries, chat. So let's see what, of course, Amari had to say here. Amari tweeting up, hello, I never thought I had to say this, but due to a recent event, I feel it's necessary to address something to avoid future misunderstandings. I'm a relatively small streamer, and while I value all of my viewers, I want to set some boundaries. Both old and new viewers are appreciated equally, but that doesn't mean anyone receives special treatment. Being an old viewer doesn't mean you get priority for joining games, constant chat responses, or personal involvement in every plane. While gifts, fan art, and monetary support are always appreciated, that doesn't entitle you to preferential treatment, nor should you expect anything in return. No matter your circumstances, it's never acceptable to harass, pressure, act possessively towards your favorite streamers or anybody in general. I'm not obligated to cater to individual wishes or needs, nor would I give special treatment to anyone anyway. I value fairness and prefer to treat everyone equally, giving everyone a fair chance. Hope you take this message as well, and thank you for reading.
That is very good. To set those types of boundaries, it's really, really good. It's important, especially when you're growing, to have that because, yes, some people will feel entitled. Same thing happens with hololive all the time. Any big agencies, people feel entitled to, like, oh, if you're going to have a game with fans, the OGs or the members only, you can do members only once, but if you're doing it open to everybody, it's like the members aren't going to get preferential treatment. It's just whoever is in there, whoever gets in there first, whoever can get in there. Of course, I've seen you do this as well, where you're like, you've already gotten one, like when you do the Smash stuff, you've already gotten one. Now it's time for someone else to do it. To be fair, of course.
Exactly. And just again, chat, like, everybody's on the same playing field. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I appreciate you guys and I appreciate your support. But it would be like if somebody gifted me 5 subs and I treated them better than somebody who didn't gift anything at all. That's not fair, That's really not. So I really think that being just nice to everybody and treating everybody the same is the way to go. And I think drawing that boundary was really, really smart from Mari here, just drawing it in the sand. So good on you, Mari. Good on you. And I would encourage other people to kind of think the same way as well. Really, really nice. In other news, guys, let's go check in here with Morachi. Morachi actually rated yesterday. Morachi just released a brand new interview here with Rima, saying it's here. My newest article on Vtuber growth and influencer marketing, including an interview with Rima. So, guys, I will drop you the link. You can certainly go check it out. And you might get lucky because there might be a certain elf that might be on the next episode of Virtual Influence as well. So certainly go check it out.
Nice.
It's really good. I like Rima's answers. And honestly, Morachi has some really good questions. So certainly go read it, chat. It's a good one. I know I'm very excited to talk about this with you, Salvi, especially as somebody that is in the VTuber space, but you're outside of course, this type of content. So here we go. Coming from Kaiser tweeting out, flippers that base their channels around horny bait clips and have thumbnails that look like this are genuinely a plague in the VTuber community.
I can understand the feeling.
And thoughts, Salvi, thoughts.
my thoughts on this is primarily that unfortunately the YouTube system works that way. When you clickbait specifically, like, have something crying to say that someone's going to put something in their mouth or whatever, that kind of stuff, and nothing has to do with that, then that's different. But what they do, what I've seen, the ones that are a little bit more, I guess, ethical, would have a picture of what's happening and, put basically the basic thing that's going to happen. And they put it a little bit more sensationalized. Unfortunately, YouTube sensationalization, I recently did a test on that myself. If you just do basic, hey, here's the news, you get like 1/10 of the views of if you put like, here's what's happening, but I'll sensationalize the title a little bit. It's not clickbaiting because it's still what's happening, but I'll make it pop out a little bit more. This person is calling out
the YouTube system. Like, you almost have to cater to that algorithm in a way. But I will say this about this kind of stuff where it's like, I think that people even though the algorithm does technically push it, you don't have to sensationalize it so much. The
True.
other thing too is like, it's almost like objectification constantly. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, as a female VTuber, right, chat? Like, I make booba jokes, I make milk jokes, haha, it's funny, right? But it's also like a joke. Like, if somebody comes in here just like, oh, like, booba, 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 constantly, like, okay, that's too much, right, chat? Like, you're going past the joke.
True.
But I think one thing that you have to consider is like the streamer in question, how almost they feel about it. And don't get me wrong, they're putting out the clips, it's their stuff. You know, it's public information. Almost at that point, you can do what you want with it. But also, like, it's kind of unfair to frame things in a certain way, almost.
Yeah, because it can typecast the person. It can make it so that, like, if the only clips you see, for example, of like Skuchan or of a Sadaway or anything like that is something where the person that is making the clip is talking about something overly sexual, when Sadaway or whatever just made a mistake of, you know, like there's sometimes when she does her 3D show, like, you know, 3D stuff, she accidentally shows upskirt. But the person who does it says that that's pretty much makes it like that's all that they're doing.
Exactly.
You minimize the actual content that's being created.
It's definitely, you know, I don't want to. It really is a YouTube algorithm, like, in a way, because they very much support and push that type of content, right? So, in a way, the Clippers are catering to what does the best, but also at the same time, like, I think there's a line where it's like, it's sensationalized too much. It is pushing a narrative that this is the only content that this type of creator makes.
Exactly, and that's why you have the unfortunate circumstance where a lot of VTubers who, I mean, if you're a woman, you're going to have cleavage. If you're a woman, you're going to have all these things. But that's why, unfortunately, a lot of the normies consider like VTubers, oh, they're all about boobs. They're all about showing sexual stuff. They're all about showing this because of people that go over the top on clips and just make it all sus stuff.
What's up, Debbie? I would argue that, unfortunately, a lot of this type of stuff is perpetuated and pushed into the non-VTuber sphere. And that has a lot to do with how we look outside of our own sphere. A lot of people looking in see a lot of this kind of content pushed. And it really does cause a lot of problems. Like this, the original poster said, you know, the Gooner bait becomes the main thing, right? But that's not always the main thing. And if that's what you want to do, that is okay, right? But I think, let's say that this happened to me, chat, like constantly somebody was pushing out a lot of stuff that was like, oh, like, el-ara bounces booba and horny jokes and blah, blah, blah. Like, guys, I'm more than that. I do news and we talk about very serious subjects. So I would say that that is not a good representation of my brand. So I think a lot of people here say, like, you know, even Cinder saying that it's making me uncomfy. Val is like, you know, it's the worst.
Absolutely.
Rosie even saying it also makes people think that's a key to being noticed. And that's what gets idolized. I think that's a very good point Rosie makes right here. I'd even consider that. That's a very strong point.
Very true. And that's the thing. I would also say that it has, for me, whenever I see this, it reflects more poorly on the Clipper for me than it does on the actual VTuber. Because when I see it, every time I see these things, I'm like, okay, it's definitely not going to be that bad. I look at it and it's something very innocent. They just had like a little snafu here and there. And I'm like, why the heck did you just make this really crazy thumbnail when it was just something simple? So
yeah, literally it's, oh my God, chat, pause the stream a second. Oh my goodness, we have a celebrity. Toledo is here in stream right now. Wow, I can't believe it.
Oh my God.
We are so lucky to be blessed by the greatest news VTuber of all time. Can we get a shout out for Toledo? What's up, Toledo? How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, you know, I feel like a lot of these things, they're just like, it'll be like, el-ara goes crazy with your chat. And it'll be like, I don't know, like me, like going off on my chat. But the thumbnail will literally just be like doing this. And it'll be like, you know, like sussy text. You know, so, oh my goodness. You're news in my heart, Toledo. You informed me, so that's news to me. Nah,
He's
but
what we all aspire to be.
you know, but then on the other side of this, I do want to at least give fair stuff. You know, I'm going to use Cooksey as an example. Cooksey has some sussy thumbnails and sussy stuff like this, but that does also play in part to some people's popularity growing quite a bit, you know? I think that Cooksey has picked up on some streamers in the past and kind of done this type of stuff, and it has attributed to their success. So it's definitely a double-edged sword. I don't want to say that this is overall a positive thing, right? Because it's not, but there is some good things that do come out of this kind of stuff. It's just, unfortunately, it's framed in a very negative way.
Exactly. It's limits, of course. You have to temper yourself quite a bit, not go too far. Of course, we're talking about the extremes here. There are people who, you know, will have a sussy moment and then, you know, it'll be put on as a clip, but they won't make it extreme like what's being shown here pretty much. They'll be a little bit closer to it. They'll sensationalize it a little bit, but they won't go like put it all the way up to 11 with the sensationalization.
I think Legal Rice is a good example of that, chat. Like he's kind of like in between, like a little bit of sensationalism, but it's more like, oh, look at Shy Lily's amazing new outfit, and then it's like, you know, yeah, it shows like a little like booba, but it's also got like the full model, like
yeah.
So I think Ricey is a good example of like a middle ground. If I had to think of somebody like off the top of my head.
Very true. Very true. I agree.
Definitely very interesting to talk about though, chat. Would love for you to share your opinions. We're gonna move on here because I do want to talk about something going on with the Yoi Sakurai. And so let's go take a look at what's going on with that. And that is right, they got featured on Signator. So let's go take a look. I didn't realize that she was indie now until I like looked into her again. I don't think we're gonna get English subtitles, sadly, but this is just another example of VTubers permeating the IRL space and getting featured on big Japanese shows. I think that's awesome.
And one of the reasons I think why she was able to get this, if you remember, she has created a VTuber agency for like V singers and things like that she's doing more for with that, and she's having her concert come up. So it's kind of not, she's an agency, unfortunately, for, you know, indies. A lot of times we don't have the big push, but now she created her own agency. A lot of these bigger places like, you know, Signator and other ones will have a bit more of a connection and be like, okay, we'll have you on because you're part of an agency, or you're doing this, or you're pushing that. And it's really good because
it's so
I
weird
really
to think of her as indie. I still like it. That doesn't compute in my brain.
It is, but she is. One thing that this has shown is that she definitely saved up money in order to be able to create her agency, and she is not just resting on whatever laurels she had. She's actually going forward and doing new things and creating new content out there.
Really, really cool moment to see, Chad. So again, just getting on these large shows. I mean, yes, I know your agency, but just to see VTubers even accomplishing this, I think is something you have to recognize. It's a big deal, chat. So really nice to highlight as always. Speaking of highlight, chat, I do want to talk for a second. I believe it's today. Vivi is actually going to be at Anime Con here in San Diego. Very exciting. So it looks like she'll be, Sunday on the robot, and her panel is a little bit later in the afternoon. So congrats to Vivi. Always nice to see. I worked a lot with Vivi. She's fantastic.
It's great to have. I mentioned that when I did a video on this. That's a smaller VTuber, a VTuber who's an indie, can get these things. Of course, this is all because she is going out there and reaching out to these people, seeing, okay, there's going to be a convention happening in a couple of months. Let me reach out. Let me just let them know, you know, maybe I don't have an appearance fee. Maybe I have a tiny appearance fee, that type of thing. Because in these conventions, what people may not know is that a lot of VTubers have, and other guests have like $100, you know, just for my time, that type of thing. When you're smaller, you can't do that. When you're bigger, and, you know, like Doki and others, when you're bigger, like Doki and others who have, you know, a lot of things on their plate, you can be like, you know what, $100 just for, you know, the setup and all that kind of stuff. You can give me a little bit of that, It's not out of the ordinary. It's not like, oh, they're begging for money or anything like that. You know, stars, big and small, do that all the time.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think at a certain point when you're smaller, you don't really expect pay. I mean, there's sometimes where I've done stuff where I even still like I don't get paid, but VB is reaching out, which I think is great. It really can actually make a difference, and I encourage you guys. When I first started, when I was working with Kawa, literally I got us a whole con appearance, and all I did was just reach out to them. I sent them an email. That's all I did. Like literally, they got me and Kawa set up at a whole panel just by being like, "Hi, I'm a VTuber. Like, what's up?" You know, that was it.
Yeah.
That's all it takes sometimes. So, big congrats to Vivi. That's always nice. Now, speaking of panels and concerts, we're going to talk about the next guest that was just recently announced for the Phantom Thieves Revenge, and that is Juna Unagi. Very, very excited to see her for the Atlanta event. I knew that Juna could sing, but recently I've kind of heard her more. I'm blown away. I'm truly blown away. She has a gorgeous voice.
She definitely does. Her most recent original was really, really good.
Very, very nice chat. So I'll be on the lookout for this one coming up December 14th at the Tabernacle in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been to that venue so many times. It's sad. But what's really cool, chat, is one of my friends from former Kawa. That is right. Pia P is actually going to be the other guest as well as Phoebe. I'm so excited for Pia. That's such a big moment for her. I was jumping up and down. I was so excited.
I loved it. I love seeing it. I was like, this is great. It's great that, of course, this also, like you mentioned before, it's about networking. It's about trying to reach out. Yes, there are going to be some times you're not going to get a response, but there are going to be times like this that you make a connection and then you get invited to a huge event like this.
Exactly. So very, very exciting, chat. Be on the lookout for this event. Of course, I'll report on it a little bit after December 14th. So, by the way, chat, I'm going to be going on vacation. I was making my calendar. I'm actually going to be gone for a week in December. So we're going to have to put the Subathon on pause for a little bit, but I've got to be able to report on this before I go on vacation. Vacation,
it's going to be amazing.
What?
Vacation? What is that?
What? I know. This is what I think is the only vacation I've really taken this year. No, I went back home for a little bit. That one wasn't very long. And visiting family is not a vacation. Let's be real.
It's a journey, but not a vacation.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Chad, do you remember there's a particular VTuber that was in the big spotlight about a week ago. She decided to play Tekken 8 and dropped a bunch of slurs live on stream. Everybody remember this? Type 1. If you remember this moment. It was After School Sophie. Well, chat, definitely blew up. Was a very big deal. They were banned for a week. Well, chat, they are back. They're officially back and have made a statement about what is going on here. So, they'll be saying, I will stream as soon as possible, but I'm still banned today. Tomorrow should be lifted completely. I will be taking responsibility for what I was wrong for, but I'm not going to cave to cancel culture for all the lies and slander that people are making up. Thank you for all of you who took the time to look deeper into the surface. I will stand up for my dream. Sophie going on to actually release the full VOD, and they edited the VOD, of course, with all the questionable moments, also saying finally I'm banned. Everything will be addressed more. The full VOD is finally back, so you can see all the context on stream. Let's have an open discussion. Ask me anything. Yeah, chat. So, in my opinion, sorry. Welcome to the news and opinions that I always do. This is my opinion. I feel like this is a double down. This feels a little bit more double down. I mean, I'm glad they're taking responsibility, but this does not feel like an apology any way, shape, or form.
It definitely doesn't feel like it. I've had because when I covered it, it kind of blew up. It kind of blew up a little bit. At least it blew up in my face a little bit. People got really angry with what I was saying, but I had some people, one person that follows them and knows them well enough, according to what they're saying, she has, the person even told me, it's like she's not the brightest when it comes to things like this. Even if there was no malice behind it, unfortunately, when it comes to anything you do IRL out there, anything you put out into the space, whether it's malice or not, you are going to hurt people, and you are going to be in a situation where your things are going to be criticized. Of course,
there are implications to all of your actions,
absolutely,
regardless of your intention. It's important to understand intention, chat, right? Intention is important, and you can explain that, but you still have to take responsibility for the actions overall.
Absolutely, and that's the, like what Menace was saying. She was the words she was using. She tried to push it off as using it as an example, but in polite society, she wouldn't have been saying that in a group of people. She wouldn't have been saying that like I try to treat, chat and streaming like I'm in front of an audience, an actual live audience, and then I try to temper
there's a
what
level
I'm
of professionalism that you have to have.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what
I do
made
want
it
to
bad.
point out, chat, like super duper quick. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No worries.
This was not just dropping the N-word. There were also other slurs that were thrown in there as well, chat. You went and looked at it. I mean, I couldn't even show you the full clips because it was so bad. I would have got banned for it.
I had to heavily censor the words. I had to actually censor every single word. It took me like 30-40 minutes, but I had to censor every word.
I showed what I could live. I had like little timestamps marked in my notes, and I was like, all right, we got to stop here, chat. You can watch it on your own. Because it was just bad, chat. It was really, really bad. So to me, I don't feel like they learned anything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that they say they're going to take responsibility. But I really want them to come out and say, like, this is what I expected for them to come back with. I said these things. I understood what I was saying and understood what they stood for. I shouldn't have said that. I'm not going to do that in the future, and I'm sorry. And I would have been like, you know what? All right, I'm down for that. That's okay. You know what? I would be very hesitant, but you know what? I would be willing to give you, a little bit of the benefit of the doubt if you at least like apologize and own to it. But this to me is just like, it doesn't feel like an apology or ownership of action.
It comes off as defensive. It comes off as very defensive, and that makes it harder for people to accept it. I've learned that through my various years, that when doing an apology, you can't be like, I'm sorry, but you guys were this and that or whatever. You can't do that. You have to be like, you know what? I'm taking responsibility. I messed up. I used those words I shouldn't have. Even if I was in the race of people, that word negatively represents. Even if I was in that race, even those people a lot of times don't use that word. Even they get criticized for it. Like I know, like black comedians and other people get criticized for using that word as well, because it's just not a word people use in polite company.
Again, that is not a word that you can use. There's certain people that can use that word. You're not one of those people in the story. Sarah, thank you so much for the tier 1 subby. I appreciate you. Thank you for adding some time to the timer. Toledo saying, all I can say is best of luck. Yeah. I think that's it,
And actions speak louder than words. That's what I'm going to say. Actions speak louder than words. Her actions are going to show everybody if she means it or not.
Yeah, and what really sucks too is like, I'm not going to show a chat, but you guys know Vices or the God. He made a video talking about, this particular situation as well. And it's like, as much as I may not like that particular person, people do this stuff every once in a while and it just keeps coming back up. And it's like, it's so shitty because it paints all of VTubers in a bad light. That's what really upsets me about this the most. All of VTubers look bad from this.
True.
I just really don't like that. So anyway, chat, just want to give you an update on this situation. Guys, if I haven't told you, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all the follows and the subs. I'm here with my friend Salvi today. Salvi does VTuber news as well. So we're just chatting together about some stuff. But thank you for being here, Salvi. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
I know. Static is a great source as well. Certainly check out Static Tokyo. He's awesome. And guys, if you type !yes, you will actually be able to follow Salvi or just click in the title down below. Yeah, the people kind of sweeping on the rug. That's just not okay. this is something that needs to be called out, and we need to have a discussion about, right, chat? It's something that's important, and I've said this once, I'll say it again. I think POCs have a very hard time in the VTuber community. I mean, it already starts at getting a model. It's already difficult to even get a model. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? So I think that it's important to stand up when things like this happen. All right, in other news, guys, let's go take a look at something that happened here with Emiko. I don't know if this is genius or just a bad idea. But Evie says, how to weed out and ban minors in chat. Let's take a look at the clip. I'm gonna let you decide, chat.
I'm running a giveaway right now where you can win a PS5 Pro because I got double. I got 2. So I'm doing a giveaway. And if you are under the age of 18, then that's the only way that you can put your name into the raffle. So I need to know.
Wow.
The fact that people
year you
fell
were
for this
born.
is crazy.
That is crazy. That's a
And
crazy way of doing
you
it.
can win a PS Pro,
Right?
PS5 Pro.
But the fact that she actually got people is insane. Now, I gotta say, Chad, if I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I remember this. I'm pretty sure it is against Twitch TOS to ask for personal information like people's dates or birth dates. I'm like 99% sure. There's like a 1% of doubt. I don't think you're supposed to ask those questions. But hey, it's a pretty smart strategy.
It's a smart strategy, but yes, I think there's also legal ramifications in general.
This is the loophole.
Asking minors for any of their personal information. I think that runs afoul of a lot of different things, because I mean that's the risk. She's not doing it for that reason, but that's the risk when you do these things. It'll be like, so you're asking minors for their dates of birth and you're asking minors for some personal information. It can absolutely be twisted in a very bad way for her.
Right. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to ask for personal information, but either way, this is big brain. This is giga brain.
It is giga brain. It absolutely is.
This is how you get the under 18 people out of your stream. So anyway, chat, I'm holding a raffle for a picture of Booba, of my Booba. So if you're under 18, type 1 in chat to win the raffle. Like.
But with your chat, everyone's just gonna be one because they want the pick anyways.
Everybody's like, I'm suddenly age regressing. What's going on?
Exactly.
I'm regressing. Oh my goodness. Very, very interesting strategy here from Emiko. I kind of like it here. Another news, guys, let's go take it to Sane. And unfortunately, Sane received a hate raid on stream the other day, saying I received a hate raid, but it seemed like it was a personalized group of people. I don't think they got the reaction they wanted from us. Let's take a look at what happened, chat.
Father ejected. What the hell? First message? What are these first messages you're getting? You got a Russian one and a fucking. What the fuck is the other one?
Am I getting bot rated? I think I'm getting.
I don't know. Are you getting bot rated right now? You got another Russian message from the same person.
No, it's a different person.
Mods, where are you at?
Yeah, no.
That's so sad.
Oh yeah, I'm getting. Oh, surprising.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, it is bots.
Oh,
okay. It's some hater bots.
It's a hater bot. Yo, let's go.
Let's go.
All these people are typing that.
Oh my god, sorry to put you to work, Natsu.
Why are you guys looking at the OnlyFans? Come on. You're the ones who popped it open.
Jeez.
I'm glad that they kind of clap back at him, though. You know what I mean?
No, not my birth
Yeah,
control.
it's always good to turn it back on them because, well, some people say don't feed the trolls, but in this case, it wasn't necessarily feeding them. It was more like showing them, hey, you guys aren't going to get a big rise out of me. I'm just going to find this very funny. Yeah,
you don't have any power over us.
Exactly.
So guys, I always recommend you when you have these hate raids, just get SiriBot. SiriBot is like the ultimate protector. You can also turn on, there's like an admin feature in Twitch where you can put on shield mode.
Yep,
and that just locks down everything. I actually have a button on my stream deck that I put in. It's highlighted in red. It's called my emergency button. It literally just shuts down everything. I mean, it goes to like BRB. It shuts down chat. I mean, it's like super duper powerful and just like deletes everything. It clears chat. So I always recommend you guys just have a backup. But I'm really glad this team was able to deal with this and had a friend to help them. Yeah, always a really, really scary situation. Guys, just get SiriBot.
It's actually saved me a couple times from just like, bot raids from people just like just a bunch of people trying to sub to it and all that kind of stuff. It prevents that right away. So I love that.
Yeah, it saved me a bunch of times too. All right, I'll tell you what, Shadow Wilkes, not this Monday, but next, I'm gonna be doing a stream where if you guess the word, if chat guesses the word, it literally auto triggers that button by itself. So,
oh goodness.
Yeah, so you guys might be able to figure it out, but you have to guess the word. And it will auto trigger that button. Stream will actually automatically end if somebody guesses the word. It's gonna be fun. So we will do that here coming up soon. But best of luck to us, scene, and I'm sorry you got hate rated. That's horrible.
Absolutely, it's horrible.
Now I want to ask you before I read this. Have you heard of GG Maiden Slayer? Do you know who this person is, Salvi?
I will be honest, I had not heard about them. No.
That's okay. This particular person is notorious within the Vtuber community. Well, yeah, even chat's like, oh, not this guy. He's like, he's just a troll. He's just a big troll. But he like DMs VTubers, just like horrible stuff. Well, here we have, unfortunately, Seraphina is the newest victim of GG Maiden Slayer. Of course, putting this as a quote retweet. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is
what
just,
the fuck? And it's literally just a picture of her model.
Which isn't a bad model. It's not a bad model at all.
No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful,
exactly.
but like...
Exactly.
Oh my god. Yeah, I just want to give you a public PSA about this person. They literally, if you don't block them, they will make an alt account and try to like come after you and just like, say all this random stuff. This person is lore. They literally like have beef with Sonic Fox. It's crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
they get a rise of this, of course. They want to have ruin people's days by doing this.
Agent-less behavior.
Yes, very much so.
But guys, anyway, be on the lookout. Be careful. I will block that person if you could. They're just a hater. Speaking of PSAs, guys, I do have another PSA for you. So here we have from Ina Annabelle tweeting out, I got 13 PayPal donation chargebacks. I hate when people do this. So unfortunately, this came from a Twitch user called The Swoop. They donated $50 12 times and $100 one time, totaling $700. So chat, be on the lookout for those types of chargebacks. And PayPal, I really don't like when these people do this. This is actually, if I remember, this person is actually on Twitch. I have their account right here. It is right here, chat. Apparently, they stream from time to time, but it looks like they removed all of their videos. So just be on the lookout, chat. Yeah, be on the lookout.
Yeah, it's never... And the worst part about it, you could say, oh, well, you know, you just lose the money that they gave to you. No, the way it works on PayPal is that for every single one of these chargebacks, they charge you a fee. So you're not only losing the $700, you're losing $700 plus maybe like another 100, 150 bucks in fees.
Yeah, it's really rough, Chad. So that's why it's such a big deal, and I wanted to call it out today. In other news, we have some really cool stuff going on with some indies over here. Coming from Aurora. Aurora actually announcing, I can finally announce it. I'll be part of the official dubbing cast of, I have no idea how to say this word. Epithet Erase?
Yeah, Epithet Erase.
Singing its official ending in Spanish. Thank you so much for giving me the honor. I'm truly living a dream. So big congratulations to them. That's so cool.
That is very amazing. To get into anything, whether it be a small project, big project, whichever one it is, it's amazing to be a part of any creative endeavor like that.
Absolutely. And even this goes even farther, chat, because we have one here from Kotori. And Kotori, of course, tweeting out, well, if I could translate the post, please. A new dubbing. I play Percy in Epithet Erase series. Thank you so much for the invitation. please support the dubbing that will be released very soon. So a big congratulations to both of these talents on getting featured in the Epithet Erased. Really cool. In Espanol.
Yes, all in Spanish.
Very, very cool. In other news, chat, big news actually. Let's talk about Shy Lily's brand new model. That is right, guys. So Dairiku, of course, tweeting out the Kill Lil outfit, the Live 2D showcase. Of course, this outfit is based off Kill Bill. It looks great. The zipper is not reliable though, so let's go take a look, chat. Yeah, the zipper is definitely not reliable at all. Very beautiful model though. I love Riku's work so much.
Oh, Riku does amazing work. Riku does amazing work. Very, very detailed.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No. I was gonna say, of course, you always have, it's always risky to have anything with a zipper like that on Twitch, because Twitch is being very strange with VTubers lately, so hopefully she doesn't get in any trouble. Yeah,
I was gonna say, I'm a little concerned about the under booba right here, but hopefully it won't be a problem for her. It does seem like they care less about that these days. I don't know what their like hyper focus is on hips currently, but hopefully that's not like a problem. I mean, it's Lily. She knows what she's doing. I'm sure she checked and it's fine. So
I think for her,
I trust her judgment.
Yeah, one of the things is that, of course, you have to have the hips covered and not focus on the groin. And the whole thing here, since it's, regular pants, it's maybe a little tight, but it is covered hips. It's not like she has any kind of skin on there, so it should be fine.
I love the physics on the shoes as well. She actually was talking about this is the first model where she's actually had shoes on her model itself. So I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Oh, yeah. Riku works so hard. Of course, all hairstyles, the zipper does have multiple different like toggles. It can go like kind of like half down all the way down. So really, really awesome model here. For Shy Lily, big congrats to her. I'm really excited about the new kind of campaign she's launched with the cups. Did you hear about that, Salvi?
Yes. The monetary stuff, like for example, if you're doing like I'm guessing also Subathon, Donathon, that type of thing, it can push up your time and all that kind of stuff. That integration is something that was definitely needed.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to that for a long time. A really great thing that Shy Lily put out with that. Very, very fortunate to have that. And it's a huge deal, chat, especially for merchandise. Adding time to a timer. I have to do all that manually. Like if somebody bought some of my merch right now or like a dono or something outside of like my normal one, I have to manually put in that time. Like even right now, chat, I have to manually put in all of my Tangita time. So, that's kind of like a little bit of inconvenience. So having this new plugin is a godsend. So very, very excited to utilize it myself. Coming up in the future. Another news, guys, let's talk about Amelie and Bao. That is right, guys. Amelie and Bao hooking up something together. Heaven Birds Red, Dance, Dance, Dance. I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect this collab. And the fact that Bao did the screaming is wild.
Oh yeah, it ended up really, really nice.
Yeah, the scream of Bao kind of shocked me. Unban Bao. Why did we ban Bao in the first place? Yeah, I only expect Bao to just scream segs at this point. Yes, Bao did screams. Isn't it crazy?
It is insane.
I really want to say though, Bao's been cooking a lot with their covers, with everybody else. But this was a collab I never expected, and I would go as far as to say, Amelie is probably, to me, when it comes to indie VTubers, probably the best. Well, as far as well known, like we'll say popular. I think that's the right word. Amelie is probably the most popular indie VTuber singer.
As far as yeah. as far as known by like a lot of people in the industry,
Right.
yes, I think so. Absolutely.
Besides, like maybe like former like hololive talents or
Yeah,
stuff like that, right? Like a true indie, right?
absolutely.
She is probably the most well known. So I really did not see this collab coming. I'm very excited about it, and of course, bow dropping to screamo. You guys know how I love my metal, so that was really cool.
That was absolutely very cool.
Yeah, very exciting stuff going on in the indie space chat. In other news, Cottontail just teased her brand new model chat. A new form will be unleashed. Not a lot to go off of here, but new model debut. First ever album and new merch drop. November 23rd. So she's cooking, chat. A whole freaking album? That's
Yep.
wild. Absolutely wild. So I don't know if you keep up with Cotton here, but dropping a whole album, guys, is so much work. For somebody that it took me 2 months just to drop one song. And my dad, I don't know if you've ever heard about this, Salvi. My dad is very involved in the music industry.
Oh, nice.
I've seen how hard people work sometimes for this kind of stuff, and doing a whole album is literally so much work. So huge congrats to him. I'll follow up with you
congrats,
guys
yes.
on November 23rd on what's going on with that. Very cool. Now I know we talked a little bit about Nikkei earlier with Centrea, but in case you haven't been keeping up with it, Cinder has been doing a couple recolors as well for her model, matching some of the Nikkei characters. I think she did Cinderella. Here's Nihilister. This looks good. I really love her recolors on this. It's fun.
Yeah, she did a recolor as well not recolor, but I think she used one of her old models to kind of be the Cinderella from Nikkei as well.
Yeah.
But she's been doing a really good job with that.
Yeah, these look really good. So I definitely love keeping up with these. She said she's gonna be using the spec crafting streams while we build her cosplay IRL. So that's super cool. Can't wait to see that from her in the future.
I think she's been streaming if I remember correctly, her building the cosplay.
Yeah, she has. Yeah, definitely excited to see it all come together.
Yep.
All right, chat, it's time to check in on your favorite doggo, and that is Merryweather. Merryweather actually just debuted his brand new outfit before and after. He has now become a wizard. A wizard.
Ah, I see.
The wizard doggo.
Yes, wizard doggo. Love him.
Looks fantastic. Of course, he released this giant. I mean, I'm talking, guys. This lore video was insane. Definitely go check it out. But him tweeting out the longest, most ambitious lore video their studio's ever created, and I couldn't be happier with the results. Everybody did so well, and I'm so proud. Here's just a few screenshots, chat. But we already know Merryweather is so talented, and this was an amazing video. Please go check it out. And of course, big congratulations.
That's 34 minutes long, so yeah, it's a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
lore video.
It's very long. It's huge. It's like a whole anime episode. So
Yeah, pretty much.
Not gonna share the whole thing, chat, but big congratulations, of course, to Merryweather on that one. 34 minutes. Another news, guys. Amendment tweeting out hi MGSCon. You might be like, who is this anime girl? I'm Mint, a ghost made VTuber. Please rest assured I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan and very loyal to the mission. It'd be a huge honor to be one of the hosts of the live stream for MGSCon if we reach the stretch goal. So I think it's a pretty interesting, made doing a Kickstarter goal to actually be part of this con or get this con kind of like going.
Yeah.
So
from what
interesting.
I gathered, it is the con itself kind of doing it. The reason is, from what I gathered, they're a small con. They're trying to get the venue. They're kind of working with the venue. The venue is like, this is how much you're going to need for the time you're going to be there. And of course, they also want to pay the appearance fees for all these people that they're trying to get. So it's nice. It's interesting. It's one of the first times I've seen a con actually do this. But you have one of the benefits of the people who invest in it feel more connected to it, and they're more likely to go, more likely to spend more money in there, that type of thing. You feel the crowdfunding, kind of connects you with the community as well.
Yeah, I think in the past, there are cons that we'll do stuff like this, but it's cool to see at least like from the VTuber side. Obviously, with Mint, I mean, she's such a huge talent. And her passion for Metal Gear Solid, continues to carry over. So I think it's nice. There's a goal. There's also stretch goals as well with some really cool rewards. So we will certainly be on the lookout for this one, chat. This one doesn't take place till August 23rd of next year. So there's plenty of time to hit those goals, chat. Plenty of time. So I'll certainly keep you updated on what happens with her and if they hit the goals. So really cool.
Absolutely.
And finally, chat, I want to cap off for any news by talking about Mythic and Rift Runners. That is right, guys. So Rift Runners did announce, of course, that they're going to be working with Mythic talent for the next bit of their new card run. And that's actually going to include quite a lot of familiar faces, chat. Not only, of course, the lovely Chibi Doki, but also Hannah, Milky, and a bunch of other talents. So I know we talked about card games quite a bit with Holo. So even more so now you can support some indies or I don't know. I feel like Mythic is kind of indie, right? Like they're pretty loose.
Yeah, it's Mythic is very different from
like
everything else. It's more like a talent management group where they'll get you sponsorships, they'll get you that type of stuff, but you do your own thing other than that.
Yeah, very hands off, which is appreciated sometimes. So anyway, chat, very exciting stuff here from Rift Runners, and we'll be on the lookout. I would love for you guys to tell me, would you like for me to open some of these cards in the future? I would be down to. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be fun, especially since you're in the VTuber sphere.
Yeah, exactly. So I know Ko opened a bunch of cards like last year. I don't know what cards they were. I think it was some kind of different like holo stuff. It wasn't this official like TCG. I think it was just like collector cards.
Yeah.
So I'd be super down to do it. We'll see what happens, chat. Let me know. Be maybe a subathon goal. And finally, chat, let's talk about some debuts and dates that you need to know about that is coming up. Only 2 for you today. And first up, chat, we have Mia. Mia's debut is actually coming up November 27th, the 3.0 announcement. So let's take a look. I love the like VCR look.
Oh yeah.
And yes, chat, I know what a VHS is. Shut up.
I see Miku in the background too. That's an Miku.
New everything.
Sunday.
Be there.
Exactly.
Oh, I love the mouth. I love the little tooth. That's one of my favorite things. Super cute, chat. So write that one down. November 27th at 11 p.m. EST. Wow, a really late debut. Let's go. And of course, chat, we have the lovely Freya. I'm sure you all know Freya. Freya's going to be debuting in 7 days, chat, on the 22nd. So please go give Freya some love. Be on the lookout for that one. Very exciting. Very exciting.
And these things take a lot of time, as you know yourself.
Oh my
God.
God.
A lot of times.
I mean, my debut I was working on for 6 months. It was wild. Like just all this stuff with it. There's so much that goes into it sometimes. So, but either way, guys, I go and support and write that down on your calendar. But I think, chat, that is all that I have for you for VTuber News today. And Salvi, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. This was so much fun.
It was definitely fun. I really appreciate it. Thank you and your community as well for the warm welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell my chat what you have coming up on your stream? Anything special or anything coming up for you?
Today, Sunday, at the recommendation of my community, I've started doing it for months now. Sunday is on my stream news free, so there's no news. To give people a break. It's primarily just going to be chatting, watching VTuber clips, and then doing some gaming after that. So today is one of the days where I don't do anything news-wise. I put out my videos, but on stream I don't do anything news-wise. That's
nice. Like you gotta have some days off, right? It can be it can be too much sometimes. So I totally get where you're coming from with that one for sure.
It can be overwhelming, especially for the community. I mean, I live, breathe this VTuber stuff, so it's good for me. But I took recommendations from the community. They're like, yeah, just give us a day off at least, please.
Yeah, I 100% agree. We need palate cleansers sometimes, and it's important just to have this just to kind of break things up a little bit. So
yeah, exactly.
Totally get where you're coming from on that one. Well, yeah, I am gonna keep things short. I'm gonna try to catch up on a bunch of work today that I have kind of burning in the background. So guys, we're gonna go see the lovely Rusu. But guys, thank you for joining me so much. I really do appreciate all of you. Tomorrow we will be doing Monday memes and reacts as always. Tuesday, I think we're gonna be doing retro and a collab with Sprixer. And then Wednesday, we will be, of course, doing our midweek news. So I'm actually gonna have Milo Noir on that day to talk about some news. So gonna be a good one. But guys, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. And of course, day 16 of the Subathon. You guys are amazing. So thank you guys so much. Thank you again, Salvi. Oh my God, they're never gonna let me.
Keep it going at like day 200. Let's do day 200.
They're never gonna let me go. For years. I'm gonna be here for years. All right, guys, thank you so much. Make sure you go follow Salvi, and I'll see you guys later, right? Bye, everybody.